Good evening. Welcome to Her Majesty blog, where we bring together the world of pageants with the aim of revolutionizing the standards of beauty and creating social development through women empowerment. My name is Nonele and I am your host this evening. Now, on this particular series called It Is Within Her, which happens to be our slogan as well, we chat to the amazing women at the forefront of pageantry, from the reigning queens, the founders, the organizers, as they led us into their journey of becoming pioneering and purposeful women. Now, for a front row seat, be sure to follow us across all our social media platforms. We are on X, Facebook, and YouTube, of course, as Her Majesty Organization across all platforms. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, and leave us comments. Now, this evening, we are chatting to Mxss UFS 2024 winner, Miss Dolly-Lee Kolisang. I hope I am pronouncing her name correctly. And oh no, sorry, it's Dolly-Lee Kolisang. Us into her journey of becoming Mxss UFS 2024 winner. And yes, she's still connecting with us. We're going to have an incredible chat with her this evening. I am just waiting for her. Oh, she's already here. Hello, Queen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am awesome. Thank you. You look beautiful. You look
Thank
radiating.
you.
Your skin looks like you've got sun inside of you.
Hey, man. Glow.
I don't know if that makes sense to you.
Mhm.
How are you feeling? Are you excited to be joining us tonight?
Um, I'm very honored, number one. And number two, I'm just like a little nervous. But I think nerves are
No
good.
need for nerves.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think nerves
nerves
are
are good,
good.
but in the queendom, we don't really do nerves, okay? Because no pressure
Please,
here.
thank you. No, not pressure.
All right. Now, could you kindly tell me more about yourself? Who is Dolly? What is she about? Where is she from? And where is she headed?
Okay. My name is Dolly-Lee Kolisang, and I'm 21 years of age, proudly from the Free State in a town called Odendal. The people that live here call it OD. I've recently finished my degree in BCom Social Science, majoring in political science, and next year I will be doing my honors in political science. I'm really, really excited for that. And most importantly to me, I am a member and mentor at Ace Models Bloemfontein. And that's me.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
wow, that's a lot. I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
are such a young queen, but you're already doing so much, so much. I mean,
I
wow,
have.
that's really, really powerful. Now, could you kindly take me through growing up in Odendal? How was it and how did it influence you going into modeling?
Whoa, shoo. Um, Growing up there, it's a very small town, the people are conservative, so pageantry isn't really a thing for them. But this is how I knew that I was meant for pageants. Every single time, let's say I'm going to town or I'm just at home, when you just go to the tuck shop quickly, someone will always ask me, "Are you a model? Do you do it in Totetsam in South Africa?" And I'm like, "No, no, I don't." So now that everything is happening back home, everyone just keeps saying to me, "We knew, we knew you're going there."
Yeah.
So yeah, that was. Mhm.
Well, I mean, I'm not surprised. You do look the part, like I
Oh,
said. Now, now you mentioned you being a mentor at Ace Models.
hmm
How did that come about?
crazy enough, I started being a part of Ace Models just last year, beginning of the year. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then um, this year at around August, they said to me, "Dolly, okay, We think it's time that you become a mentor. We think you're a perfect fit. You know, you gel well with the models. And I was so shook because I know that it takes a couple of years for mentors to be mentors at Ace Models. And I thought to myself, whoa, man, what is this favor? You know? So that's how I became a mentor at Ace Models shortly after I got my crown from you.
Nice. So basically, Grace located you and they were like, you are the one.
Yes, I firmly Grace.
Right.
Mhm.
Now, when it comes to modeling, right, there's a lot going on. How did you, like, at what age did you then decide I am taking this seriously? This
Mhm.
is where I'm going. I want to be a model and specifically a pageant model. When was that?
Funny enough, it started with me watching America's Next Top Model. I was watching. I would never miss an episode. I would watch America's Next Top Model. Then I started watching The Face UK, and I was convinced I was going to be the next Naomi Campbell. That was
Right.
it. I was going to be a runway model. I was going to New York Fashion Week. Everything. Listen, and then 2019 came, and I was watching Miss South Africa. And I was listening to Zozibini Tunzi's winning answer. I remember that moment like yesterday. I was standing right in front of the TV, and I felt so impacted, you know. I felt so empowered more than anything. I felt just her passion just translating. And I thought to myself, that's where I'm going. That's who I'm going to be. I'm going to empower people. I want when people see me to feel the passion ooze and want to just become better people. So that's how it came about.
Oh, nice. I feel like we are all in that same boat of drawing so much inspiration from Zozibini, you know. I
Yes.
think a lot of girls talk about her, right?
Mhm.
And she's just the beacon, you know.
No,
She just sets the standard for everybody.
she
I
did it.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, regarding MXSS UFS 2024,
Mm-hmm.
um, now take me through that process where you see that the entries are open and now you're entering, you're becoming a finalist to
Yo,
winning. Just set me in, like what happened?
yo. You know what? For me, this was just another destiny thing. For me, it was confirmation from God that this is your purpose. Because immediately when I got to UFS first year, I wanted to know where's the pageant? What's going on? And back then they had a Mr. and Miss Campus, right? And I thought to myself, okay, cool. I'll probably see it on a notice board, the socials, right? Never saw it. I only saw it after the competition. All right.
Ah,
I thought to myself, okay, it's cool, it's fine. I'll just do it next year. Second year comes, nothing. No news about a pageant. There was no pageant.
oh,
Now 2024 comes, and then they create MX and MXSS. And I thought to myself, this was created for me.
this one's the one.
Yeah, this is where I'm going. Honestly speaking, the journey was so, oh, I found myself. I really found my, oh, you're reconnecting. I hope you can still hear
I
me.
can still hear you, yeah.
Okay, great. As I was saying, this journey was so, man, I found myself. I found my purpose. The beautiful thing about the pageant industry is that it forces you to find your purpose, you know, to
Yes.
like dig deep inside. Who are you? And it was challenging emotionally and mentally. But one thing's for sure, man, I knew that this was meant for me. And I'm more than anything, I'm so grateful for the support. My friends constantly telling me, you've got this, you know? So yeah. Mm.
Yes, I don't think there's anything that beats a solid support structure, right? Having
Mm.
friends who really assure you that you've got this and they just,
Mm.
the wind be beneath your wings, right? I absolutely love that. Now, you speak about purpose and, you know, the pageant world. How do you think your qualification is aligned to pageantry and particularly the purpose that you're really aiming for?
Okay. I love this question because I firmly believe that my my world of politics and my world of passion, they just coincide.
Yeah.
They just gel together perfectly. So when I started doing political science first year, it was actually one of the things that encouraged me to start doing pageants, because I realized that there's this quote in politics. They say the political is personal, right?
Yes.
So when you think about that, the political is personal. It affects it affects
Yes.
every aspect of life. And because of that, we need representation, right? That's why we have political leaders that are representing us. Moreover, we need people that are going to uplift us, empower us, break down structures that are there oppressing people. And that needs policies to be set up. And then you look at
Yes.
pageantry, and it's exactly that. We represent people, we empower people, we uplift people. So that's
Yes.
how basically I saw it. I looked at these two fields, and I just also looked at how political science deals with human rights, and how pageants, at the core of it, is human rights. We want to sustain them, we want to keep them. So I'm very, very interested in coinciding these two worlds and just seeing where it takes me.
Absolutely love that. You sound
Thank
like the
you.
next president of South Africa.
Oh,
Are you going to be? I'm hoping you're going to be one of the first president,
no,
like a female president of South Africa. Are we seeing that?
you
Are we
know,
seeing
I
that?
once got that, but not necessarily a president. But I'm hoping to become a diplomat one day. Let's go to the UN.
Yeah.
Let's go international. Mhm.
Nice, nice, nice. So now, could you kindly take me through the whole purpose of Mxss UFS? What do you guys do? What are you guys about? What do you stand
Mhm.
for? What are
Mhm.
you striving for?
Mhm. So MXSS UFS is basically a pageant that was created this year to drive inclusivity. We want to drive diversity. That's why you see it says MXSS instead of
Yeah.
Miss. The X,
Uh-huh.
it's there so that it shows that it's promoting inclusivity, diversity. Moreover, it was created because our university created an agenda called Vision 130. They want, in a specific amount of years, that the university is one of the top universities within South Africa and within Africa, right? And they aim to do that by having values like excellence and social justice. So this is at the core of our pageant and what we aim and strive to do. We want to reach students, all types of students, very gender inclusive, race inclusive, very diverse, students with disabilities as well. Just basically everyone. We want to create a socially just environment at our institution. So if anybody is watching this and they're in matric, you know where to come. UFS is the place to be. Okay? Thank you. Mhm.
Nice. No, you are such an ambassador. I mean, you are just gunning for your organization like this,
Of
right?
course.
So
Of course.
you spoke about wanting to go into the UN, right? And you
Hmm.
are already a delegate for the UNESA UFS chapter.
Hmm.
What role has this played in your personal development, and how do you use this platform, and how do you aim to furthermore use it in future?
Sorry, I lost you there. My Wi-Fi was
All
just doing something. Can you
right.
please just repeat?
Okay, no problem. I'll repeat that for you. So you spoke about you wanting to become a diplomat. You want to get into the UN, right?
Mhm.
And you are already a delegate for the UNESA, the
Mhm.
UFS chapter, right? Now,
Mhm.
how do you think that platform has impacted your personal development, and how do you plan to furthermore use it in future?
Yeah. So I just would first of all like to explain what exactly is this organization. It's basically like a model UN. Most, if not every institution, every university within South Africa, they have it. So if you're at UP, it'll be UNASA UP chapter. Um, like I said, it's basically like a model United Nations. It mimics to the T United Nations organizations, its constitutions, its structures. So basically, they get students. once you become a member, they assign you a country in which you represent as a delegate, an ambassador, or a diplomat. And then, just like in the United Nations, we sit in a General Assembly and we discuss problems that are happening within the world. So at our last summit, we discussed the Palestine and Israel conflict. So this has really been helpful to my personal development because they gave me a reality of what international relations looks like. What do ambassadors deal with? What do diplomats deal with? Moreover, it forces you to dig deep. What are the roots to the problems that we're facing within society? Why is there poverty? Why is there inequality? Why is there war? You know? So you get to have like full vision, full reality of what are these diplomats doing within the United Nations. That's basically it.
Sure, that's really interesting, hey?
Mm.
So you guys got like your own pseudo parliament and you're
We
just
do.
breaking down all of these world issues.
Oh,
Now,
mm-hmm.
okay, no, you can finish off what you wanted to say.
Thank you. And I was saying I love it because man, it when we're all sitting there and you know we're these diplomats, it's so interesting to see other people's views, you know, other people's worldviews. And it's so empowering to see that people this young are so well versed about the world. Like I'm definitely optimistic about where our youth is taking our country and our world. Definitely.
I mean, I'm amazed by you right now. I
Oh,
cannot imagine what it's like out there because you're also very well versed. You know exactly what it is that you're dealing with and you know how to articulate it, right?
thank you. Thank
Now,
you.
yeah, could you kindly tell me what it is that you advocate for and how do you do that or how do you plan on doing that?
Okay. Um, so basically what I advocate for is, for me, I think one thing that's really been pondering on my mind is what poverty does to people, right?
Yes.
Um, Most importantly, coming to university and realizing that being in university does not pick what kind of background you come from because it's so expensive. You get children from middle class families that still come to university and they struggle. Yes, they might have a place to stay, but we have to think of allowances. You know, we have to think of other expenses. Your books are so expensive, you know. And thankfully for me, I have a bursary, you know, that covers most of my stuff. But when I sit back and I think about the things that students go through just there with registration fees, it's appalling, right? So that's just basically what I am trying to advocate for, especially for the middle class, because those are the children that cannot apply for NSFAS. You know, most cases they can't get NSFAS. They're too rich for it. But at the same time, university is too expensive. Do you know what
Yes.
I'm saying? So that's what
Yeah.
I'm trying for, trying to just bridge that.
Sure, and that's a very important cause, hey. And people tend to overlook
Yeah.
this gap
Um,
between the middle class and everything else. It's like you can afford, but you can't afford. The reality is that, like, it looks good on paper, in reality, you really don't have anything. I mean, tuition can go as high as 100,000, and you get like a second-hand textbook for like 2,000 rands, which is
hmm,
really, really expensive.
mhm,
I mean, there's no parent who has that kind of money just laying there somewhere waiting for you to call them and be like, I need a book, I need this, I
true.
need that. Sure, that's a very, very, very worthy cause. Thank you very much for that. Now, you've achieved so much at a tender age of 21. I mean, you are a dynamite girl. So, what motivates you to keep going? You know, what keeps you pushing boundaries in everything that you do?
Mhm. Um, I have a Bible verse I live by. Even if you look at my Instagram bio, it's Colossians 3, verse 23, and it says, work heartedly unto the glory of God and not unto the glory of men. So in each and every single thing that I tackle, you know, each and every single thing that I want to achieve. Number one, I know that it wasn't for me, that God planted a desire in my heart, you know, to want to strive for that thing because He's already created it for me, right? Number two, I make sure that I do my best because it was created for me, you know? And in
Yes.
doing that, I want to do it for God's glory, not for people to come pat me on the back. I want people
Yes.
to see that, wow, God is really working through that girl. Who is this God? I want to know Him, you know? So for me, that's why I just want to work so hard at everything.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's really powerful, very powerful. You
Mm-hmm.
remind me of Shudu. I think it was Shudu, and
Mm-hmm.
she said that um, be the person that you want to be. Um, when people are looking, be the same person that you are
Mm-hmm.
when nobody's looking.
Exactly.
You know, and most of the time, people have a misconception that pageant girls are just all about the crown or just like getting praises from people or like a pat in the back. And everything is really just rooted in purpose. I mean, you can't just go and enter a pageant just for vibes so that you can be popular
Yeah.
and people can
Yeah.
just clap for you. If you are not about it, it shows, you know,
That's
it shows. And it'll feel like work for you because you're not really rooted into that. You don't do it wholeheartedly.
mm,
It's all about human gaze and just like getting a round of applause, you know.
mm, mm-hmm. Exactly.
I
You know,
love.
I just want to add that that's exactly what I keep saying to um our kids at Ace Models. If you're not passionate, people feel it. Like if you're gonna walk on a
Yes,
stage, you're gonna be in a competition and you're just gonna be there for vibes. Whoever's watching you is going to feel it and you're not going to get picked. That
exactly. And they can see it. They can see it. I mean,
mm,
body language, your confidence, your posture, everything says that about you. If you're really
mm-hmm,
there for it or you're just there for vibes, you know.
true.
And then,
Mm-hmm.
um, so now I want you to tell me, how do you manage to find balance between being a student, being a pageant queen,
Mm-hmm.
mentoring other other models,
Mm-hmm.
and just like everything else that you do in your life? How do you balance everything?
Oh, I must say nobody prepared me for how hard it will be. You know, when you make up your mind that this is what I want to do and I want to be good at it, you know, certain things just sort of fall away. And at some point, I did not have a social life. At some point, I didn't have a social life, but now that's okay. But basically, how I juggle everything is I remember that I'm human and sometimes it's really hard, but I am engineered. I am powered by the Holy Spirit, first and foremost. You know, I understand that I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing, you know, getting up every day with so much on my plate if God did not give me the energy to do so, right? And then just more practically, I have a timetable that I set up at the beginning of every year. So it's like everything, my classes at school, my classes at ACE, other activities, studying from the morning to night. Everything is just in detail. I mean, sometimes I don't stick to it, which is fine. I don't beat myself up about it, but it really helps me to keep up to date with everything that I'm doing. When something comes up, I put it in my timetable or write it down. And that's how I just try to keep abreast with everything.
Yeah,
Mm,
absolutely. I mean,
hmm.
nothing defeats planning, you know. Planning is the way you. And one thing I've picked up about a lot of pageant queens is discipline, you know. The most common thing amongst everyone is discipline. Like everybody plans accordingly. You know, everybody has a
Mm,
to-do list. Everybody has a
yeah.
timetable, which I think is very effective because it can be very overwhelming, you know, when you're reigning as a student and you're also a professional model. You also get to coach other people. You still have your delicate duties to fulfill. I mean, what would you do if you didn't have your day planned? You would just self sabotage, really.
Exactly. Did.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, where do you see yourself going with pageantry? Like, what is your end goal?
Hmm. Uh, uh, the end goal I think for most pageant girls is usually Miss South Africa, Miss Universe, and for the longest time, it's also been my end goal because I think mentally, emotionally, at first it's something I struggled with because at first I didn't believe I could get there. But now I'm just like, listen, I'm going there. That's where I'm going. So one day, hopefully, to do Miss South Africa for sure. Um, but I don't think big pageants is the end goal. Just to have impacted someone. I would really love that. Just to have a young girl see me on a screen or somewhere and say, I wanted to start doing that because of her. That for me would be the biggest achievement in pageantry. Mm-hmm.
Nice, nice. That's very nice. I mean, you don't come across a lot of girls who are like, no, actually, I don't want to go to a big pageant. They'll be like, hey, Miss Universe, here I come.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I love your cause, hey, I love it. Like I said, it's all about what's inside, and the passion and your why says it all. Now, you also like you speak a lot about leadership and purpose in everything. Would you say that you're a feminist or an activist?
Hmm. You see the feminist chat, hey? I think because I did philosophy and political science, I'm so academic about it. The moment you say feminism to me, I'm already thinking about how so there's a misconception around feminism within society.
Yes.
When you hear feminists, people often think, oh my gosh, she's crazy or she's going nuts, But
She's
people don't
stubborn.
there are literally different waves of feminism. That's what they call it
Yes.
in language, right? So I like to call myself a postmodern feminist. That's what I like to call myself. And that's basically acknowledging that, okay, there are differences between a man and a woman. And genetically, this is what a woman will do. Naturally, this is what she will do. But what I firmly do believe in is always freedom of choice. Freedom of choice. And that is basically what postmodern feminists believe in, freedom of choice. And that is that.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
That is profound, hey? I didn't even know that there are different waves of
You,
feminism, you know. My Yeah, I should.
mm,
And the thing is that I like that you brought it up that a lot of people have a misconception regarding the whole concept of feminism, you know.
mm-hmm.
People just think it's you saying that women matter more than men, women this, women that, and it's really just about fighting for equal rights of everyone essentially because you're
Mm-hmm.
not oppressing anyone, you know. Feminism doesn't oppress anybody. So
Exactly.
now when you speak of freedom of choice, if you had a chance or a platform, what is it that you would change about pageantry in general? Like, if there's anything about pageants that bothers you and you feel like, you know, if I had that opportunity to change this, this is what I
Mm-hmm.
would change.
I'm going to be very honest. The first thing I would change is the bikini segment. Why are we still doing that? I honestly don't understand it because I feel like as the pageant world we've grown in terms of advocating for inclusivity and trying to show people that no, we're not here to show face, but we have brains as well,
Yes.
If that's the case, why are we still doing swimwear segments with the girls? You know, I personally, for me, I think that should stop. I would definitely stop that. I don't think we should be walking around with swimming costumes anymore because that completely defeats the purpose of what we're trying to show people. That I'm not here to show you my body. That's not what it's about. I want you to hear what I have to say. I want you to hear that in here, there's something. So that's just what I would change.
Nice. I absolutely love that. I mean, somebody even said the other day that there's absolutely no need to call it a beauty contest because it has really
Yeah,
evolved to become a pageant, not a literal beauty contest. So there's really no need to show off your body and your
exactly.
looks and whatnot. It's all about empowerment and leadership. I
Exactly.
totally get you.
Mm-hmm.
That is very profound.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna move on to the most important question of the day. The
Okay.
golden question. Do you know what that question is?
I
Do you
don't
have a
know.
slight idea? Girl, you better keep up with Her Majesty organization, okay?
I'm here for
So the golden question is, what does beauty mean to you? Like when
okay.
you hear the word beauty, what comes to your mind?
Mm. Um, what beauty means to me. I think we're all familiar with the quote, our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate, but our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. And for me, I found beauty in believing that I am indeed powerful beyond measure. And that for me is beauty. And you believe you're powerful beyond measure, not because of the way you look, not because of the way you walk on stage, but because when you open your mouth, what do you speak? You speak truth. Are you uplifting people? Are you empowering people? That to me is beauty.
Hmm. Now
Mm-hmm.
that is very, very profound. Also very powerful. Mm. You are such a steadfast young woman. I mean, you're 21 years old and you're already so well articulated. You're already so self-affirmed. You know exactly what it is that you want and where you're headed. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I thoroughly enjoyed our chat.
Me
Um, I hope you get to all your dreams, your aspirations, your desires.
too.
You are equal to everything. I mean, you can't dream of something that you can't attain,
Mm-hmm.
you know. I wish you all the very best with your future endeavors.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for pulling through tonight. We highly appreciate your time at Her Majesty Organization. Now, what would you like to say shortly in closing?
In
Could
closing,
be your word of the day, could be your mantra, anything.
um, I really would like to say, stop fearing that you could be the best, that you could be number one. You know,
Yes.
number one, desire it. Number two, believe it. Number three, be passionate about it. The sky is the limit,
Mm,
man. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And with that,
definitely, definitely.
uh, thank you so
Thank you so much once again.
thank you.
Thank you
It's
so much.
such an honor.
Until next time.
Thank you so much. You guys are doing such a great job. I feel so honored. Thank you so much.
We feel honored by your presence,
Oh,
Queen. Thank you. Until next time,
all right.
have a great evening further and enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you so much. Bye
You
bye.
too. Bye.
Now that was of course Mxss UFS 2024 winner, Miss Dolly-Lee Kolisang. What a brilliant young lady, I must say. I'm inspired myself by this interview. I am truly empowered. I don't think there's anything that makes me more happier than seeing young people being so well informed, very steadfast and self affirmed in this present day and age. We are thoroughly proud of her. It was a great interview. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this evening. Now it's that time of the year again. The Her Majesty Awards are back. You can catch us live here on Instagram on the 12th of December at 8 p.m. sharp. It'll be amazing. The queens have worked very hard, and everybody will be getting their well-deserved accolades, right? And in order for us to accommodate the Her Majesty Awards next week, we're going to be having 3 episodes for the next 2 weeks, and that is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So you guys will be with me back to back because we love you so much. We don't want to leave you guys bored this December. And also, if you are a person that does events, or somebody that is a pageant owner, a director, and you would like to advertise with us, please send us an email at hermajestyorganization@gmail.com, or alternatively send us a WhatsApp on 076-730-2317. In order for you to stay updated with everything, especially regarding the Her Majesty Awards, please do stay tuned on our socials. We are Her Majesty Organization across all platforms, X, Facebook, and YouTube. Now, until tomorrow. Until the next time, you guys will catch me here tomorrow. Same time, same place, with yet another amazing queen. Thank you so much for tuning in. For myself and the organization, good night.